Hello, I finally made it. Forgive me for the slight delay. We are doing a reading today on Rihanna, and luckily all of the cards are ready to go. So I want to get ready to jump into this reading. We're going to talk about basically about her life, also talking about other controversial things, probably just personal messages, maybe for her, for what ancestors might need to say, and kind of like what's coming up in her life, since, you know, this is like my first time, well, first or second, I don't know, however many times doing a reading on somebody that's alive, because I'm used to doing readings for people who have transitioned over, but I figured, well, why not start doing readings for people who are alive? Because, you know, everybody keeps asking for those readings, and they're just like, well, you do readings for people who, you know, regular people who are alive anyway, so why not? So we're gonna get into Rihanna. Her birthday is February 20th, 1988. So we're gonna use the Queen of Cups as her card. And then for the Oracle deck, we are using the Woman Holding a Heart, okay? So these are the two cards that we're gonna use. I'm going to try to decipher, if I can, whenever I come across people to do readings for, to try to pick out these cards ahead of time before I begin the readings, because I know sometimes it takes a lot of time, or if I'm being indecisive, then we go back and forth between what I want to choose or what you guys want to choose, basically. So let's go ahead and just see what the energy is like. I'm going to use the Oracle deck first because she's very spiritual. Thank you all for coming in and liking and subscribing and just like doing y'all thing. I appreciate y'all. Those that know me, that I've done readings for, that know that I'm the real deal, I really appreciate you guys hitting that like and subscribe button. So anyway, using the Oracle deck. Again, I often tell people before I continue to do this reading, do subscribe, like, support in the super chat. You can hit me up at Queen Prodigy 369 for Cashapp, Queen-Prodigy-369 via Venmo, Queen Prodigy 369 at Gmail for PayPal, Zelle, or any other form, Google Pay, etc. If you want personal consultations for yourself, please contact the email that I recommended to you, and you can email me for a reading. It is $40 for 30 minutes, and you can also hit me up on IG at Queen Prodigy 0369. All right, so let's begin. So we're going to focus on subconscious, past, situation, what ancestors need to look in the situation, moving into near future. So this is just basic energy. What is coming up for her? What are some things that she might have on her mind, or the things that she might be going through in her personal life? And then we will continue from there. You all may ask questions below, and I will get to your questions as I go along. Okay. Sorry, there's just a couple of different things that seem to be happening. She is in this position. Here she is right here, okay? So basically, she's going through a couple of situations that seem to be personal to her, and it's also in relation to her finances as well, because she's showing me the door to value in the past position. So this is like her success, her wealth, the things that she's been able to accomplish for herself. She's very, of course, happy about that, content with it. But she's been in this situation, this is the Journey card. So she's been wanting to either go through a couple of different things, to where she wants to take like a personal visit, like taking a personal visit home, but not really feeling too comfortable about certain things when it comes down to taking a personal visit home. She is doing her best to like be in a space of trusting her intuition, or trusting the dreams or certain signs that she gets through her own personal intuition. She's very psychic. So she's been doing her best to like keep that in mind. On her crown, this is on her thoughts. She feels like someone is doing something to either deceive her or to use her for her money. And I think that's the reason why she seems to be kind of like holding back a bit about making certain arrangements or certain travel arrangements to either spend time with like people, like loved ones or close people that she knows, because it has something to do with as I stated before, taking advantage of finances for some reason. And so she's doing her best to try to be optimistic about certain things. Healer of the Ages is usually trying to, you know, overcome specific situations that she's gone through. And she seems to be in a space where she's like not wanting to make time for any type of like controversy or arguments or anything like that. She's wanting to be in a position to where she's like walking away from this situation. And it's not, I kind of feel like certain people are trying to gravitate her energy in order to kind of be combative on some level. And she's not really in the mood to deal with it. And it's not that she doesn't care what people have to say. Well, that's true, she doesn't. But there's a part of her that's just like, I've already heard this before. Like, I've already gone through this process before. I'm just gonna allow this situation to just come to term. And basically, she is kind of going through her own process of feeling heartbroken. I'm going to, the thing that's interesting to me about this Rest and Rejuvenation card, it seems like when it's, because it just keeps pointing back to this travel card again, maybe going home or going to go see like a parent or someone who's not like doing too good or whatever's going on, but still feeling, like I said it before, feeling a bit betrayed or heartbroken by them and kind of like ignoring them. She's kind of indicating to me, and I'm assuming this has to be like some sort of aspect of like dealing with her mother, probably making those arrangements and finding balance with mom in order to spend time with her. That's like the main thing that's on her mind right now, is just making plans with her. So I just kind of feel like she's like in this space to where it's like if she's planning something out, she's being very calculative about like who she's spending her time with, who she's around, because there's just been a lot of just unnecessary things that have probably been said or have been done, and she's not really too trusting of the energy around her, too trusting of people that she either grew up with or that she knew. And it's not saying that it's everybody, it's just saying that it's like just maybe a handful of people that she's kind of being a bit apprehensive about. And she's like, you know, I just don't want to deal with it. It breaks my heart. I don't want things to be like this, but I kind of feel like she's kind of indicating to me like people are kind of forcing her hand, if that makes sense. Let's see. So a couple of things, I'm just going to do the Oracle cards one more time. So here we go. This is her card right here. She is focused on evaluation of like the next step, basically. She feels like there was a man in her life that she thought was probably a matching suit to her, that she felt that was really compatible with her. More than likely could be in the same industry, I would probably assume, because they very much mirror each other. But she seems to be kind of like putting this individual in the past, or wanting to kind of like, it's kind of hard, like kind of like being in a position to where it's like, you feel like you know you have this genuine connection with this person, but maybe the timing isn't right, maybe circumstances aren't right, maybe just certain things aren't right, and you're trying to like look beyond that, or trying to find something that can fit that ideal that you're looking for. That's kind of what she seems to be indicating. Situation is talking about the Sun card, finding true happiness, focusing on motherhood, focusing on children, wanting to be fulfilled in certain aspects. As I stated before, she's probably already traveled around the world. She's had all of the aspects of success, but she's showing me that like the financial constraint, she kind of feels like sometimes with the aspects of having so much success with money, that sometimes the aspects of having money, like that's like it's like her showing me like aspects of having money can kind of like mess with your love life or mess with different aspects in your life. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people be like, oh, whatever, I got money, everything's all good, but it makes it a bit more complicated when you're wealthy and you know, you're just kind of wondering if people love you for who you are or if they want you just for what you're able to give them. So those are just things that she's like looking for or just trying to understand. So we have this right here, this man holding a coin. This is someone that seems to have been around for quite some time. Maybe this is like a business partner or someone that she would be affiliated with on a regular basis. She's contemplating this aspect of wanting to venture off and look into other aspects with her own personal career. And when I say this, I mean like wanting to kind of like go into a different direction, like kind of changing her sound or her music or wanting something different or wanting to expand herself, but taking the risk of risking, do I, you know, risk the opportunity to, you know, be where I'm comfortable, or do I like go out and venture into other territories, you know, pertaining to music or pertaining to acting or something that's different, that's a bit more risky. All tied up. These are, like I said, stated before, these are things that she's kind of wanting to like push forward and do, but she's kind of putting herself in a bind. She's saying that she's pretty busy. She has other, you know, situations that are going on, and she's trying to find like the right time to take like some downtime in order to like kind of get back into expressing herself, or being able to complete a project that she's been working on that's very personal for her. Because she talks about how this is supposed to be a healing opportunity, to kind of like delve into certain situations that she struggles with personally. And I guess maybe there's like negotiations that seem to be going on when it comes down to looking at different avenues pertaining to like marketing and negotiating contracts, basically. I don't know what that's about, but because I know that she's signed already. But it just keeps talking about elevation, negotiating contracts, and making sure that she's getting as many opportunities that are open for her. So let me see who this person is. This is the thinking man. So this thinking man energy card, as I stated before, it seems like she's dealing with, as I stated before, I'm trying to understand who this guy is. Oh, that makes sense. So basically, it keeps going back to the father, I'm assuming. She keeps pointing back to him, talking about deception, not too sure what to do with certain things, but also feeling anxiety due to the fact that I feel like she's having dreams about him. Because again, look at that, that moon card keeps coming up. She seems to be having dreams about him. Like in reality, this is how he's acting, but in her dreams, she can't help but to wonder, you know, about his health or his well-being and things like that. And she's torn, like I said, torn between what to do or how to address him. So that seems to be on her mind a lot. Like that seems to be on her mind a lot. Let me use the regular tarot deck. So there we go. Queen of Cups. I don't see any questions, so I'm just gonna take control. Thank you, Maya, for donating $5 to me. I truly appreciate it. I appreciate those that donate and support what I do, because I love entertaining y'all, you know what I'm saying? But you know, YouTube be playing with the monies and stuff like that, so I do tell people, yo, support your girl, you know what I'm saying? This is energy that I'm putting into entertaining y'all. So yeah, I'm just going to turn over these cards and I'm just going to let it ride. If I pick up certain energies pertaining to her love life or relationships, then that's what will occur. And I will basically see what comes up. Okay. Ouch. Okay. Okay. So when it comes down to her love life, I feel like I've seen this before. And I was kind of like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But it keeps coming up. And I think I remember I was briefly talking about her in a reading. Who was I? Yeah, it was for Drake, right? So I was talking about her briefly in a reading, and then it was showing me aspects of her love life. And I didn't show the cards because I didn't want to get into like her personal shit at the time because it was focused on, you know, Drake bitch ass. Anyway, so basically there's a situation that seems to be going on to where I kind of feel like, how can I say it? It's like there's someone that's been around her for a very long time and they have a very solid relationship. Like it's on a very solid foundation with this person. This is a female energy, basically. But there's something that seems to be going on. She treats this person like they're her possession. And it's not to say it in a negative way. I just think that she, like, when she loves, she just loves hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is mine. Like, that's the energy that I get between her and this female energy. But this particular relationship is it's kind of a bit complex, basically. Because there's actions or delayed in actions, maybe coming from one person or another. Maybe one person is okay with certain actions being taken in this particular relationship, but somebody's holding back. And maybe this is just in aspect to her own personal moral compass or the things that she has going on, because she's placing the 10 of Swords in the root. So basically it's something that she's struggling to identify internally with herself. And I just kind of feel like with this particular situation, it's kind of like creating an aspect of like heartbreak, because like I said, it feels like a friendship, but it feels like it could turn into something more. And it seems like maybe one person is like afraid to take it there, or like one person's ready to go and then the other person's like, I don't know if I can handle that. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like there's like this energy of like kind of going back and forth, like to where it's just like, okay, we can remain friends, everything can be cool, we're happy in this light, etc. But, you know, there's a bit of flirtation, or there's a bit of like, you know, some sort of connection there. But it's like trying to take things like a little bit slow, or just trying to be patient with things, because it's like not trying to be in a space of losing that friendship. This seems to be happening pretty quickly, and it seems like for her, when it comes down to like, she's showing me like the Ace of Cups, like she's definitely open to new love. You know what I mean? Because she does want to plan on like focusing on a child, you know, focusing on motherhood. But I think maybe those are the things that seem to be kind of like prohibiting how maybe she feels about somebody, and knowing the long-term plannings, like the long-term plannings on motherhood and love, or just aspects of family, and trying to incorporate all of those things together with how she's currently feeling about this particular person who's kind of been with her for quite some time. Like, it seems to be very on and off, but it seems to be extremely like platonic, like they're okay with how things are going, or how she sets the rules, basically, like how she's the one that's kind of setting the rules and saying, this is what I'm doing with my dating life. Are you cool with it? You know, we cool being friends, we cool being this, or we cool being that. She's the one that kind of makes the rules on how her relationship life is going to go, basically. So everybody wants to talk about Chris Brown. Let's just get into it. Let me see. I'm trying to see something like, because I don't know. I think they updated. I don't know if they updated the super chat or not. Because I'm trying to see if people can reply or respond, and I haven't seen anything at all from anybody. I'm not used to seeing that, but I know that YouTube updated, just updated a bunch of stuff. So I don't know if that's like an option or something that I didn't click on before going live, and I never really had to do that. Yeah, so my bad if you guys can't respond, or if you guys can't go into super chat. I don't know what the hell is going on with this situation, but usually I'm able to see like people's responses, but for whatever reason I can't see it. I don't know why, but yeah, whatever. Let's continue on with the reading. So his birthday is May 5th, 1989. I wrote it down, yeah. So let me show y'all, because I don't want people saying, oh, you writing shit down and all this other stuff. So look at that. Rihanna, there go her birthday right there. Chris Brown, that's his birthday down below. Okay, moving on. I'm just going to focus on how she feels about him, or what the, I guess, relationship is between him and her, or her point of view, I guess, on him at this point going forward in her life with Chris Brown. So let's see. Yeah. Okay, so let me get into this. This is crazy. These tarot cards are something else. As I stated before, you guys, if you guys cannot donate through super chat or type through the super chat, I am sorry about that. I will do that. I'll make it available and look into it for the next reading. I don't know what the hell is going on, but anyway, you guys can hit up Queen Prodigy 369 to donate via Cashapp already, and I'll get that immediately. So she is expressing the Tower card, okay, in the past, and I'm assuming this is kind of talking about the whole blow up, the whole incident that happened between the two of them. So I'm assuming that she's gone through a lot of mental and I guess like a lot of mental, emotional, traumatic things pertaining to this situation. But she's doing her best, like I said before, to move forward from that and to heal from this aspect of the Tower card. In the subconscious mind, I'm assuming when she's thinking about Chris, she's showing me the King of Wands in the subconscious mind. So this would basically indicate to me that there's some aspects of, I keep hearing from her like he has a temper. You know what I'm saying? Of course, naturally he has a temper. And just to kind of confirm that, and she's kind of like saying like, okay, if I'm like, God forbid if I tell him I'm gonna meet him, you know, in LA at 3 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? He won't show up until 6 or something like that. I don't know why, but that's just what I keep hearing. The Temperance card is in the situation. So their relationship, or just the way that they interact with each other, it's still very tumultuous, or she still has a lot of, like a lot of rage. She has like a lot of like just anger, I guess. There's a lot of anger. And she just keeps saying, I can't deal with it. Like she just doesn't want to deal with it. In aspects of working together, she's like, I'm cool with that. I'm okay with working on certain things. But I just don't feel like on a personal level, when it comes down to, you know, how we communicate or what's going on between the communication between the both of us, it's just not going to work. She is very independent. He's very independent. I just kind of feel like they just, you know, it's just very verbal. It's just a very verbal two different minds, just two different minds, and how she sees things. Like, there's just a certain way that she deserves, or that she's saying, like, I deserve to be treated this way, and you can't fulfill that for me. As much as he might miss her, and I can, do the opposite and see how he feels about her. But she's just like, I don't want to be in a situation where we're constantly bringing up the past or getting back into anything that's going to create any situation. Her focus is whatever feelings that she has. Her focus is to channel her feelings about this dude into her work, basically. That's all she cares about, is challenging her feelings into her work. That's what she's saying. And this is the final card, the death card. I kind of feel like there's a little bit more behind this card. It's like, I just kind of feel like it's more than just walking away. Like, she's wiped her hands clean from this situation. I just don't want to say certain things. But I'm assuming that people can naturally insinuate, like, she seems to take certain things, like when you do something to her, like, she'd be like, yeah, it's all good, it's fine, whatever. But she doesn't forget. She'll never forget, and she won't, it's like I just keep hearing, like, she won't be satisfied until the end. Like, that's, I'm gonna just leave it at that. She won't be satisfied until the end, basically. And I'll just say it like that. So let me shuffle up these cards really quick and just look into how he feels about her. So I have this card right here, placing him on her crown. Okay, so like this. What his thoughts are towards her, how he feels about the situation or about their relationship, things like that. How does Chris feel about Rihanna? How does Chris Brown feel about Rihanna? See, this shit is crazy. Look at that. Ten of Swords, Death card. Listen. All I know is I'm gonna just stay out people's business and stuff like that. I mean, I'm kind of in people's business right now, but I'm just saying, if anything happened in the news, I said it first. Give me my props while I'm due. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. Let me put my allegedly in there. This is for entertainment purposes. Anyway. All right, let me just shuffle this up one more time. How does Chris Brown feel about Rihanna? Yeah, it's two different energies here. It's like two different energies, basically. So here he is. His initial thoughts of her in the subconscious mind is the Queen of Swords, which would indicate someone who has been, of course, hurt, but also who he keeps, like, the energy that I keep feeling from him is like, it's so effed up that things are like so one-sided that sometimes people say things or do things and it just gets swept under the rug, and a lot of people don't know like how hurtful certain things can be from this individual, basically. And that's just kind of what he's expressing. Again, in the past, this is just basically talking about like their own personal successes. It's like he's kind of like wanting to give well wishes, like, I'm happy she's successful. I'm happy, like, everything is working out for her career. Little things like that. That's cool. But he is like I said before, he seems to be more open, I feel like, in the aspect of work. Like, he's wanting to kind of be in the space of reestablishing a different work relationship with her. Like I said, working, learning different things. But there's just a couple of things that I kind of feel like he needs to overcome in his own personal space or his own personal situation pertaining to, I guess maybe pertaining to his own guilt or his own internal sufferings that he's dealing with, because I kind of feel like there's this aspect of substance abuse going on. And this could be like drinking or partaking in, you know, certain things that affect your immune system or just seem to be affecting you heavily when it comes down to the things that have happened in that relationship. It's like kind of like wanting to start over. And he's wanting this to kind of like to progress forward. Like he wants things to progress forward, but it's not. He's saying that it's just not happening. He, like I said before, in the aspects of wanting to find, you know, success with her, working with her, but she's putting her guard up, and I kind of feel like she's probably not giving him the opportunity to really like push that forward. And I feel like he's making a weird proposition to her about motherhood. She's like so annoyed by him. It's like there's a part of her that's just like, oh my God, I can't stand his ass, but he's so annoyingly charming. Like it's like talking about motherhood or talking about children, and he's like, why not? I'll be your, you know what I'm saying? I'll be your donor. I'll be that nigga, like, to, excuse my language, but yeah, I'll be that dude to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, give you that baby you want or whatever it is. And it's like very sweet, very charming and stuff like that. But it's like she's unsure about, like I said, unsure about allowing certain things back into her life or allowing, you know, things to kind of take full force and take action. I feel like his energy is more easygoing towards her. I just kind of feel like on the surface, she makes it seem like everything's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we cool. Like, everything's fine. We cool. But, it ain't cool, bro. Like, it's not that cool. You know, it's not as cool, basically. It's just kind of like if you could see her like just kind of glaring at him. Like that's just kind of how I feel. Like she's just straight up glaring at that situation. Let me find, I want to focus on her love life, you know, because a lot of people want to talk about her love life. I mean, her career, you know, she's pretty set in that. We all know she's set. She's pretty decent with where she's at in her career. But I'm just going to find a lover's card. Here we go. Right here. All right. I'm going to place it on her head and just kind of focus on like what she would prefer in her love life, basically. Let's see. I'm so tight that I can't see y'all responses and stuff. Like YouTube playing games with my videos, like for real. But this is going by pretty quickly. I don't know how else I can get you guys to like respond, I guess, or send like just hit me up on IG or something. I don't know. I'm not too sure if you guys like want other questions, but it sucks because I'm usually able to like say, oh, you know, who has a question? Who wants me to focus on what? But I guess Rihanna's very private with her energy, and she's like, no, no, no. It is what it is. We are in the present moment. All right, so let's see about love life. The things that she's asking for or looking for or desiring in her love life. Okay, because this came out, so I'm going to put this here. Man, she's going through a lot, dude. I think that she's going through a lot of different things. I feel like even when I'm turning over these cards, it just feels like I'm tired. Like, that's just kind of what I feel. She's just like, it just kind of feels like, yo, I'm tired. Like, I'm kind of tired of just dating, I guess. Like, because as I said before, putting the Lover's card on her crown, subconscious mind, it's like, she's like, things will be cool, but then it's like, there's always some sort of hidden thing that she has to find out about somebody that just turns her off completely, and it just really messes with her wanting to pursue anything any further. She is dealing with some things pertaining to her own self. Nine of Swords is in the root. And this is just like pertaining to, of course, relationships, but heartbreak and just things of that nature, and like probably aspects of trauma when it comes down to previous relationships and the things that she's gone through. So I feel like she is like taking, or just trying to take her time to like work through those things, because I feel like she doesn't really trust people at all. Like, she just doesn't trust people. You know what I mean? It's like getting into a relationship feels like, oh shit, okay, what's this person gonna do this time? What are they gonna do? Are they going to, how are they gonna hurt me? Like, that's just kind of how I see it with her energy, from what she goes through. The Three of Cups, as I stated before in the past, sometimes it would turn into aspects of like, oh my God, I'm with this person, it's great, we're celebrating, we're having a good time. And then this person goes astray. Like, she's the center cup right here. Like, she's the, the grandiose cup, basically. Like, she's like, if you're with me, like, you're lucky to be with me. You know what I'm saying? But these guys keep going over these, like, towards these lesser cups, basically, like towards these lesser individuals. And again, so that's why it kind of like puts a blockade on how she feels about aspects of love, because people that she considered her friends, or people that she's gotten into serious relationships with, even probably dealing with aspects of what she's seen in her own childhood trauma and aspects of children, it's like she tends to think a lot. You know what I mean? Like, being in the space of like saying, yes, I want children, I want to have a family, I want to have these things, but I wonder if it's meant for me, or I wonder if this is the right thing to do because of the things that I might have gone through, or the things that I might have seen or experienced, and I don't want my child to experience that. So I kind of feel like there's aspects to where she needs to deal with, when it comes down to love, is like this aspect of her own personal self-worth. And this is not about money. This is just about kind of rebuilding herself out of like a level of depression, because it's very hard for her, is what she's saying or showing me. When it comes down to love, it's very complicated for her, because she has to, there's an aspect where she feels like, okay, if I'm dating somebody who has money, I don't have to worry about whether if they want me for money. You know what I mean? But do they really want me, like, for who I am, like 100% for who I am, or the things that I believe in? And that's where things get a little bit complicated and tricky, because it seems like when it comes down to her love life, people are only focused on pleasures. She's a sex icon, she's a gorgeous woman, she's beautiful, but people are only focused on, whatever pleasures that they can get from her. They can't handle how opinionated she is. They can't handle how strong she is. And that's where things kind of get into conflict, because she feels, one way, this other person kind of feels however they feel about relationships and how they want to take things. So she always feels like love turns into some sort of aspect of heartbreak or cheating. And that's why she always feels like she needs to run. Like, she's always on the run, or just trying to keep herself busy. Because it makes, like I said, it just really puts like this aspect of self-worth in her that brings her down. And she doesn't want people to see that, because she doesn't want to feel defeated. So she'll take like moments to herself and spend time to herself, to kind of like seclude herself or get away from certain energies in order to like just heal from her heartbreak, you know? That's kind of what she's showing me. I do see moving forward as far as her love life goes and what she's hoping to accomplish. The Seven of Cups, this talks about still having a multitude of different choices, or having different people who are interested in her, that want to basically pursue a relationship with her. So there are choices out there. She's not, she's aware of all those choices that of people who want to be with her. She's showing me the Seven of Wands, but she's like kind of like sticking to her guns. Like the things that she wants, she's like, I'm not budging. Like I'm not negotiating, you know, what it is that I want to make it convenient for anybody else. She doesn't feel like she has to do that. She is coming into a situation where I feel like, I'm trying to think, maybe around like the month of July moving into the following year. She's showing me this Ace of Pentacles, and this seems to be like starting a new foundation with someone. And it looks like she either has one or two options, basically. And I'm going to show you guys who these options are. So it's coming up as the King of Swords, okay? Someone who is a bit more authoritative, a bit more, I just kind of feel like they have like some sort of aspects of knowing the law or knowing business extremely well. This is an option for her, maybe like an entertainment lawyer or someone who, like I said, runs like a big business within the entertainment field. And then there's this other male right here, because this is the outcome that she wants. She wants a matching suit card, basically somebody that she can move in, have a child with, and be happy. This individual, she's a bit skeptical about, but I feel like the energy with this guy right here, it's different. It's a different type of energy. She's kind of like thinking that this person is like more of like a player, playboy type of energy from what I'm sensing. But this person feels like they're in the entertainment business, but I don't feel like they're, how can I say it? I feel like it could be one of two things, to where they can like, I keep feeling like it's like athletic or like an athlete or something, like an athletic energy around this person, but he's still very flossy and very like very charming, kind of like a rapper would be. So I think that's why she feels a bit apprehensive about this guy's energy. But as a result, I do feel like there is a child either coming from one of these two men with her, and it's kind of moving pretty quickly, and a lot of people don't really see this coming. Again, Judgment card, this is moving very quickly. Ace of Wands is talking about how, you know, this relationship kind of springs up and it moves very quickly, and she's just ready to move forward into a family. So that is what I see for her as far as like what's going on with her love life, different things like that. I don't know. I'm just going to use my Oracle deck and just see if there's like any other, I'm sorry, I'm trying to balance my phone. Like, I guess one last round of just focusing on her energy and the things that maybe she wants to focus on, or the lessons that her ancestors want her to focus on for herself, or share with, you know, people that may need to learn lessons from what she's going through. Maybe it relates to you, however it may be. So let me go ahead and shuffle this and just see what the Oracle cards have to say. Okay, so her main thing is like focusing on aspects of career. Like that's just, she's just like, I gotta focus on my career, I have to focus on music. Like she is like planning something for the month of August. I don't know why I get this. like her main thing, it seems like when it comes down to her own personal fears, is like making sure that she never has to need for nothing, basically. And making sure people aren't using her as well. But in the month of August, she seems to have a lot of different projects that seem to be wanting to come forward or come out. So those are the things that she's kind of focusing on manifesting for herself in order for it to be successful, which it will be. She just kind of feels like in the industry or the things that she's gone through, she's not as appreciated. So the appreciation card is in the situation. She feels like her legacy or the things that she's worked so hard for in order to achieve things for herself, she kind of feels like people are kind of trying to play her or downplay her own personal successes, or really appreciating the amount of effort that she puts into her own success. And I don't think that it's like coming from fans. I don't think it's coming from external sources, like per se. I just kind of feel like it's more so an industry thing. And that's just kind of how she feels. Like, I need to get the respect that I deserve. I want my flowers now instead of being dead and then I get flowers. No, I want my shit now. Like, that's just kind of the feeling that I keep getting from her. She keeps saying that it's kind of interesting when it comes down to socializing and being around other people, because like on the surface, everything looks perfect is what she's describing to me. Like, people, you know, will clap their hands and be like, oh my God, you're amazing. You do great at what you do and everything. And you're so good at what you do. But behind the scenes, they're very jealous. They're extremely jealous of her. And I think this has something to do with like maybe how their husbands or boyfriends or whomever, their significant others, feel about like her being on like they smash list, or, you know, like their fantasy list or whatever. This is about focusing on aspects of her heart. And again, any type of music that she plans on doing forward, I think that this is about trying to find healing for herself, because Archangel Ariel is talking about pleasures and having personal successes for herself, but she's really digging into her heart. If she ever decides to move into another project, I feel like she's really pushing forward into her heart and trying to just trying to really get into a space of finding like herself, like finding herself in this music, and it will be very therapeutic for her and very healing for her, and it will be successful. Not only that, you know, it will be successful. So let me just do this really quick. So she is showing me like trying to talk about like being patient for aspects of that particular project to kind of like unfold. She has been going through something with things have got, I don't know who this female energy is, but something's going on with this female energy, this woman holding a coin energy. And it's created some aspects of turmoil in this situation between her and this person. And I just kind of, I don't know where this is coming from, but I'm just going to say how I feel. Maybe things have gotten a bit complicated between their situation or their relationship, and it's turned into something that she's doing her best to maintain silence over, because she doesn't want the world to really get too involved as far as like what happened between this individual. It feels like this is something that has turned from a business situation to where maybe somebody's like a stylist or you know, doing management or doing something of that nature that she would either work with. But things have gotten a little complicated behind the scenes, where it's involving a relationship, but it's not. I just kind of feel like there's some sort of extra drama that's created, like some sort of like differences between her and this person. She is showing me that she wants to she's trying to like go through this aspect of like negotiating things quietly between her and this individual, and trying to make sure that things don't, like I said, that don't like get out to the world or out to the media. But she's wanting to like negotiate things and make sure that things are quiet. And I just kind of feel I keep hearing NDA for some reason, and wanting to make sure that she's keeping aspects of this situation between her and this woman very quiet. And she's like, I will fight you. Like, I don't know what that's about. Like, but if you're trying to expose something or trying to make me look a certain way, she keeps saying like, I will fight you. I'm doing my best to negotiate things with you and walk away. But if I have to fight you, I will fight you. She has a lot of like different stuff going on, clearly. She has a lot of shit going on, but I will, you know, definitely give a lot of respect to her, because she just doesn't seem like she's the type of person that will take anybody's nonsense or try to make her look a certain way. So much respect for that. But anyway, I hope that you all enjoyed the Rihanna reading. Again, you guys can check me out at queenprodigy369 at Gmail for personal consultations. Also, people who I've done readings for, do comment below in the comment section. I appreciate you guys showing comments below in the comment section, because y'all show people that I ain't come here to play, and y'all done personal consultations with me, and y'all know that what I'm saying is on the money, on the spot. So I appreciate all of y'all's support. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing my videos, and telling people about me in order to have an organic growth through YouTube, because you know YouTube be playing with algorithms and doing all them things like that. Check me out at queenprodigy0369 if you want to hit me up on IG. And also, you all can definitely always hit me up at Cashapp at queenprodigy369. All of the information and details for donations will be below in the description box. So I hope you all enjoyed this Rihanna reading. I will be doing another poll, so that way you guys can keep voting, and I will get back to the original poll and focus on other lists that you guys have recommended for me to do readings on. So I appreciate all of you so much. Love you, and I will catch you on Psychic Sunday.